Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, the Ada is a Color channel, Ada Sugar, Ada Peperenpe, Ada Diorama, latest addition. There you go. Welcome back, guys. Oh my god, it's been a while. It's been like what, 2 years or a year, and it's been a while. Wow, even me, I'm shocked. I'm flabbergasted. But welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. And so, we have a lot to talk about, but from the title you can guess this is a live update, and I'm also going to be talking, it's just a quick live update because this is my first video in a long time, and I'm also going to be talking about on how I got my internship, my pharmacy internship. So stay tuned and let's get into it. Welcome back, guys. So at first I was thinking if I should do a live update video, but I didn't think that was like a full 7 minutes explaining live update. We'll get to update ourselves as time goes on. So guys, it's been a while. Yes, the last time I held my camera to make a video it's been long, but I just want to say a very big thank you to everyone who still watches my video. Though from my analytics I can see that I had a lot of new subscribers, but a big thank you. It meant a lot to me to see that I wasn't posting videos for over a year and I was still getting impressions, I was still getting watch hours. I was just like, wow, it felt like I was still getting comments. Even people were still saying my first Instagram page got disabled, but people still managed to find me on my new Instagram page because I used my name, and they were still sending me messages, DMs. It felt good. I was like, okay, I'm not just here for I'm actually adding value for these people to search me and still be asking questions even after over 1 year of not posting. So thank you so much. I don't take this love for granted. And a big thing here, this is appreciation video. This is the life update. It's just an appreciation, and this is a big appreciation to people who watch my video, who watch my enlargement video. And in fact, thank you. If you are from Kinkies, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So I'm done thanking you guys. So it seems like I'm just looking at one corner. For the first time ever, I'm using my front camera to film. Why am I doing that? Because I don't know, but I'm using my front camera. So in case it looks like I'm looking at somewhere, I'm not looking, because now I'm starting to think, am I supposed to look? I know you're supposed to look at the lens in the back, at the back camera. Am I supposed to look here? Am I supposed to look here? Just leave it in the comment section if I'm actually supposed to look at the lens like this or just look at the screen. Anyway, it's been a while, so we're getting used to all this back. Don't worry, with time I will master it sharp. Okay, so for this video, in case you clicked on this video to get information on how I got my internship. Okay, so I'm a pharmacist. Yes, I got inducted into the Pharmaceutical Council of Nigeria this year in April. That's April 2023, and I thank God for that. So I'm going to be putting you through on how I secured my internship. So from the background, you can see that, okay, yes, the background is giving pharmacy, not intentional, but the background is actually giving pharmacy. So I just wrote a few tips on, so I'm going to give you a step-by-step talk on how I actually secured my internship. And this is my internship. I actually got it with zero connection. Let me just put it there was no connection. I don't know anybody. Nobody. In fact, this was my first time hearing about this pharmacy. I've never heard about it before. It was God, but it was just pure apply and got, no background, no backdoor, anything. So you know that what the information I'm giving you is really legit. It's not like I had any back work done. Just to put that out there, because we know the country we're in. So I'm going to, first of all, how I started applying. Yeah. So after I defended my project, because I had my project defense in January, but in February I was still in school. I think I was rounding up I don't know why, but I know in February I was still in school. Then I finally left school in March. So in March then, I've just finished. I haven't been inducted yet, so I didn't have any provisional license. And when you're applying for your internship, you need provisional license. The main thing you actually need is your provisional license and CV, then oath certificate. Those are the 3 things you need. So after I graduated in March, I was home, no provisional license, nothing. Some people would just rather wait till they get their license, but then I used to hear, oh, getting internship is very hard though, you need to start applying, even though I've had it in mind, but Now I had to intensify it. So because of everything I've been hearing, I was like, okay, let me start applying and applying. But note, if you're applying to a federal like establishment, then you need your license and oath. You just have to wait for your induction. Except you can be doing some background work, but you actually need your license and oath for them to really submit, to for them to actually submit your application. So when I was home, I started, first of all, I drafted my CV. I remember when I was like, okay, this is my first CV. I don't have, okay, I have one job work experience as an undergraduate. I worked at a pharmacy. So at first I was like, okay, let me get a good CV because I just felt like a good CV will help you. So I reached out to one guy. I told him I want to do CV. He told me 10,000. Ha. When he said 10,000, at first I was like, I was trying to explain together. No, I'm an intern. No, it's not like I have long CV. My CV is just going to be one page. In K1, K1, the man just told me that last price 8,000. I just told him, thank you, sir. I was not thinking that 8,000 for CV. Hey, to be honest, if I really, 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 really wanted to do it, I could have done it. But I was just like, how would I pay 8,000 for internship CV? That's why I didn't pay. The next thing I just went online, started getting format, and I draft my CV myself. So I went online on Google. You can get a lot of information on Google. I checked Google and I sure did it, drafted my CV myself. And I reviewed it like 2, 3 times. I was like, okay, this is good, this should be okay. Then because of we haven't gotten inducted then, so I didn't have a provisional license. So what our dean did for us was that he gave us cover letters. So that to whom it may concern with the stamp and signature of our the faculty of the dean of our faculty. So with that cover letter, I was able to apply. At least when they see my cover letter, they'll know that okay, it's because I haven't gotten inducted. And I mean, they are not strangers in Nigeria. They know how this induction thing works. So the first thing I did was after drafting my CV and getting my cover letter, I first went to a cyber cafe. I scanned it into PDFs, separate PDFs. Then I started the search. Like the search began. The first place I found a job offer was on Twitter. I kid you not. I found like 3 job openings on Twitter. I'm very active on Twitter. I don't tweet, but I actually love Twitter. I'm always on Twitter every day. I love that app so much. So I went on Twitter on the search. I just typed pharmacy intern. Like I was just using the keywords on the search button, and I started seeing them like it was popping. Apparently, there were a lot of vacancies on Twitter, but I think people won't just naturally turn to Twitter. We know that LinkedIn is where you find job vacancies, but I had a LinkedIn account, but I didn't really know how to go about it and all the technicalities. Practically, I was just following Tony Lumelu on LinkedIn. That was all. So I went to Twitter that was very, very conversant with it. At least I knew how to manipulate Twitter well. Then I started seeing the application. I remember the first job application I saw was Lagoon Hospital. Yes, Lagoon Hospital were looking for interns at their Ikoyi branch. So the first internship I saw was Lagoon Hospital. I went through the criteria. I was like, damn, like they said they wanted someone with like 1 to 2 years working experience. I was just thinking that how can I be an intern and have 1 to 2 year working experience? But now that I think about it, they might not necessarily need someone that tick all the boxes. They might just want someone that had the confidence to apply because the criteria was a lot, and in fact, that Lagoon was the first, like Lagoon Hospital, Lagos. They were the first vacancy I saw on Twitter. I had this book. I was just jotting them down on their pages and how to apply their HR email. Then I saw like 2 hospitals, one with accommodation in. I saw another hospital. Then I got like four job vacancies on Twitter alone. So what I did was that same night, because I don't know all these kind of things. I love doing them at night when everywhere is so quiet, like around 1 to 3. Those are my me time. I just love being by myself that time. So I started sending the emails to. Do you know that my job was to be sending to whom it may apply? Because then that time I hadn't come back to Lagos. I was practically living alone, so I didn't have anything to do. It was just me. Nobody was disturbing me. I was living alone. I could control my time and everything. So what I was to whom it may no kindly find attached guy. I was kindly find attaching every day. Before I sleep, my laptop was always open. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I would do is to go and refresh. Like I was refreshing and refreshing to see if they replied my mail. Some companies replied fast, some took their time very well to reply. So I kept applying. Then finally, after Twitter, I decided to check LinkedIn. But The only one I saw on LinkedIn was still that Lagoon. Apparently, like they paid recruiters because their adverts was just everywhere. Then I started checking. Okay, no, I was just checking. I was not checking Twitter. I found everything on Twitter. Then here I remember I registered for there was this job gam, my job gam or something. If I remember it, I'll put it on the screen. I registered to two job websites. Even till now, they are still sending me vacancies. I registered to I think my job gram or something and one other one. So I filled in my details and they were sending me vacancies. Like apparently there were a lot of vacancies, like a lot. Vacancy was not even it was not me that was selecting, okay, I want to apply for this, I don't want to apply for this. There were actually a lot of vacancies for like pharmacy intern. Then finally, after sending, I finally got an interview invite. Oh my god. The day I remember that day I went out, so I got a call. I just picked, I was like, who is this person is calling me? I was like, hello. Person was like, oh hello, good afternoon. This is Miss Adeze. We're calling from so hospital. Yes, it was an hospital that called me first. Like, cause then at first I wanted the hospital. They was like, oh, we're from so hospital. You applied for the job of intern. Please, we'd like to have an interview with you. I was like, okay, that means I've passed stage number one. Then they scheduled an interview with me on Google Teams the next day, and that was my very first interview. Guys, if I tell you I flopped my first interview, will you believe me? Like I over flopped it, like I flopped it properly. The interview was the next day, and so I went online. I was checking, okay, what type of questions they asked on the interview. I was just saying questions like aptitude test questions, kind of thing. My mind not telling me that I'm supposed to be revising my drug classifications, classification of anti-diabetics, anti. I did not even learn that one. I was just learning. I don't even know what I was learning, but I was not learning that. So the interview was a 4-man interview. It was on Google Teams. They invited me. Oh, how are you doing, Mr. Daisy? After all the greeting, then they started asking me because it was a 4-man interview. They started asking me questions. Can you tell us two examples of antihypertensive, two classes of antihypertensive with two examples each? Like they were just asking me different questions. The questions I knew that because first of all I was very shocked. I was just answering sparingly because it was just small residual knowledge. I was just answering sparingly. Then we didn't even get to the part of them asking me for my salary expectation. They were like, okay, we have run the interview, we'll contact you for the next stage. Initially they didn't contact me for the next stage. After that interview, after I turned off my Google Teams, I just sat down on the chair. One tear just dropped out of my eye. I can't even lie. Like a tear, I was like, God, this is my first interview. And so I flopped it. And that hospital, after they called me for the interview, that 24 hours leading to the interview, I've already checked their Instagram. I started imagining working there. I've started dreaming of working there just for me to flop the interview. But the one thing that made me feel better after flopping that interview was that later on, I called one of my friends, my former roommate. Shout out to Agud. I talked to one of my former roommates. I was telling her that, oh, that is my interview flop. But then she was just laughing. She was like, no problem. It's my first interview flop, but I got better. I got a better offer, this and that. So it made me feel better. Then it made me to even prepare more for the next interview. So after that, I still got another interview, but then the place was at Ikoyi, and when we're done, the pharmacist was like, oh, are you sure you can be coming from Ikoyi? We don't have accommodation. So I just thought about it that, no, I live on the mainland. I can't be doing Ikoyi to from the mainland every day. I mean, and it's even an intense salary. Even if it was full-time salary, maybe the salary was really high, I might have considered it, but I was like, no, it will not be worth it later on. So then that's one thing. When you're looking for an internship, you don't be too desperate. Yes, I know you want the best place, but don't be too desperate, because imagine if I had gotten somewhere that was so far away, somewhere that you have to be waking up 4:30 every day, you will burn out, because that excitement for the job, when you start burning out, you might not be as excited any longer. So then, different. I think I had like 3 or 4 different interviews before I got this job I'm doing. All this thing wasn't up to a month too. It was like I told you, there were a lot of vacancies, so everything was moving quick. So eventually, I wanted to. Then I applied to where I'm currently working. Let me say that story. I applied to where I'm currently working. It's a chain pharmacy. So I remember when I applied, the HR replied my email. She was like, okay, we'd like to have an interview. I thought it was going to be like on Zoom or Google Meets or Google Teams, sorry. So she was like, no, they want a physical interview. And then I was still in Enugu, because if you're new to my channel, I schooled at the University of Nigeria on Nsukka, so it's in Enugu State. Then I was still at Enugu. I was like, oh no, I'm not in Lagos now. So she told me that, okay, whenever you're free, give us a call. I thought that was her way of discharging me, but apparently she was not just discharging me, because when I got to Lagos, she called me. I called her and told her, oh, I'm in Lagos, and she scheduled an interview for me the very next day. I was surprised. But then I came, and they gave me a test, like a test of they gave me a test like 40 questions. I wrote the exam. Then after the exam, I had the oral interview. The oral interview was still hot too. The oral interview, like I had the exam, the oral interview. Then after the interview, we moved to I scaled through, so we moved to the salary negotiation part. When they asked me, oh, what's the salary expectation? Me, I took the salary expectation very high because because I was like, okay, even if they want to start doing, even if you want to start pricing the salary like Pepe, let's start from somewhere high. So when I took it high, so like, that's well. So then she now told me that, okay, no, we have a standard package you pay interns. When she first said when she first said the salary, at first I was like, I was not convinced. Another thing you should talk about minus salary is your work hours. Guys, don't let overexcitement to make you not ask the basic questions, because once you start and that excitement dies down, what is in your contract is what is going to hold. If you like mumble and grumble, and what is in your contract is what is going to hold. So be sure to ask about your work hours. Anything you're not clear on, ask questions. Ask them that, okay, so if I do this, ask them, am I entitled to, how many days leave am I entitled to in a year? What if this? Ask questions, ask all the questions you can ask. It's better to ask questions and to know than to assume things and it end up flipping on you. So if there's anything that you cannot deal with, people will negotiate it there and then, and it will be known that, okay, yes, I won, she negotiated, this was what we agreed. You have to always ask questions. So then after they told me the salary range, because they have a standard salary, a fixed salary for interns, she was like, okay, I can go and think about it and give them a call if I'm interested. So when I went home, at first I was like, the salary. But one thing I like about where I'm working is that it's not far from my house. Like, at least compared to the other places that were so far away, the difference in salary was not significantly, like, it was just like maybe 10,000 naira difference, and they were far away. But this one was significantly close. If not for the high cost of fuel and everything, my house is like 25 minutes, 30 minutes tops. If you remove traffic and anything, is not the distance is not actually a lot. Like, it's not such a distance. So then after we talking on everything, they said I should go home and think about it. I went home. At first I wasn't really, because I was looking for where it was going to pay me very well, because I wanted to be a baller. Then when I've already made up my mind that, okay, I was going to tell my dad about the job, and whatever my dad says is going to be final. Like, that was what I've already told myself, because at first I was not feeling the job, but I was like, okay, I will just go. Anything my dad says, I'll just do it. That was what I already decided. So surprisingly, when I told my dad, I thought he was going to say no. But then when I explained the job and the pharmacy to him, he was like, oh, that would be, the first thing my daddy said was, oh, that would be a very good opportunity for you to learn. You learn the pharmacy, you learn on the job, the place is busy, you learn management, take the job. When he said take it, at first I was like, Daddy, the pay. He said, don't worry. I mean, you're still living in my house, everything. Just take the job. So I think that was all that I needed to convince me. And I thank God I actually took the job, because I've been working here now for 6 months, and it's a lot. It's busy and all. Like, this is not, it's busy and all, but I've learned a lot, and there are so many things attached with the job that I might not have gotten if I had gone to another pharmacy. Like, there are some pharmacies that are not, there are some opportunities that I've gotten just being related to this pharmacy, just being affiliated. There are some conferences, some places I've been to that I could only go there because I'm a staff. Like, so I'm really happy, and I thank God that He directed me to here. And I didn't tell you guys how I found out about this pharmacy. I didn't find this pharmacy application on Twitter. I actually found it on Google Maps. Yeah, so when I was checking for pharmacies to apply, when I've already made up my mind that, okay, I'm going to do community pharmacy, so I actually went on Google and searched for pharmacies near me. Yes, that's what I did. I have never heard of this pharmacy before. They have a lot of branches, but apparently, I wasn't living in Lagos. I was living in Enugu, and we currently don't have a branch in Enugu, so I didn't even know about this pharmacy. I just went on Google Maps, typed places around I put my area, and the pharmacy, the way Google Map works, it started popping up. Then I saw this pharmacy. I wrote it down. Then I went to check their Instagram page. I was like, okay, I think I like what I see. That was how I found this pharmacy, and that was how I applied. I sent a DM to their Instagram page. got their HR. Then I saw that they were actually hiring, got their HR email, and I just sent, I applied. And do you know the funny part about this job? Let's say I got this job on a Monday. On Tuesday and Wednesday, other places I applied to started calling me that I can come and resume. You know that first interview I said that was a flop? They called me. I don't know what happened though, because I know that interview was a flop. Maybe the person they wanted, I don't even know what happened. But let's say I got this job today. The next day, that hospital called me that, oh, you applied to so time, you can resume, you can come tomorrow so we can plan on how you resume and all. I was like, see the place. And it was after they called me. You know, the first time we didn't get to the salary negotiation part, so I didn't even know how much they were willing to pay. But it was when they now called me that I can come and start. I now asked them, please, how much is the pay? And I realized that their pay is even 10,000 lower than where I am. And it's even very far with no accommodation. I just told them, don't worry, thank you, I found somewhere. And their HR very rude. See, they should just ended the column. She never even say okay. That one by the way. So then I started getting other applications. So just in applying, first of all, know what you want and be very, very realistic and reasonable. If you know you don't have accommodation, ask. Sometimes they have accommodation, but they won't say ask for accommodation. If they don't have, no idea about it, but please be very, very reasonable. And so I chose community pharmacy. Why did I choose community pharmacy? Because I could have gone to the hospital, because I also got an hospital offer. But I chose community pharmacy because I didn't really have not. Yes, I worked at a community pharmacy as an undergraduate for less than 2 months, but I wanted to actually get proper knowledge on community, because you know at a hospital you don't really diagnose, doctors diagnose, all you do is dispense. I wanted to get knowledge and work in different fields, so I'll know where I actually want best. And by work in different fields, I don't mean I'll just be jumping from one place to another, because at times when you stay in one place and grow, you actually grow and become a pro in that session. But I wanted, this is my first year, this is my first actual working experience, so I wanted to, give it my all, and at least now that I'm not chasing anything per se, so let me just use this time and actually learn. So that's it. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate. If you have not liked, if you like, please give this video a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and subscribe, join the family. Okay, then share to your friends. If this video will be useful to your friend, maybe you're in final year or you're in pharmacy school, you can share it to your friends, share to your group chat, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.